Hello everyone, this is Wenting. I'm going to give a short talk on the demographic table. First, I'm going to show you the outline of my talk. We will first briefly go through the general definition of demographic table. Then we will talk about the basic guidelines to follow when we're making the demographic table. After that, we will look at the major steps as well as the frequently used statistical techniques to make the table. And in the end, I will show you an example of demographic TLF, which actually the first one that I made myself. Demographic data generally refers to the baseline characteristics of all patients in ITT population. Baseline is defined as the latest observation before or on the first dosing date. Theoretically, ITT population includes all patients who take at least one dose of study medication, while in practice, for analytical purpose, ITT population is usually defined to include all randomized patients who take at least one dose of study drug and have at least one post-baseline efficacy measurement. General demographic data contains like patient ID, their birth date, gender, race. It also includes some trial-specific patient characteristics, such as the height, weight, smoking status, and even vital signs. These baseline demographic characteristics are mostly used to define patient groupings for the subgroup analysis, and some of these characteristics will also be used as covariates during inferential analysis. There are three most important documents which are used as the guidelines to make a demographic table: the statistical analysis plan, the table shell, and demographic case report forms. You must check them very carefully and follow all the standards described in this document. Here is an example of demographic case report forms. In this form, we could see it has the protocol name, the patient number, initials, and their birth date, gender, race, and ethnicity. And this is an example of demographic table shell, and we can have a close look at it, which has the selected variables as categorical and numeric variables. For each of them, they will require to show the number and the frequency and even the percentage across the different treatment groups. To make the demographic table will involve in a lot of work. Here, I just give you an overview of the major steps. First, we will import and check the demographic dataset. We will informat all of the character variables to numeric variables, as well as all date variables to SAS date. We need also to check the duplicates, the missing, and illogical values. The structure of general dataset is not good to make table. Therefore, we have to transpose the dataset generally by the subject ID and the treatment group. Then we will deal categorical and numeric variables separately. We will generate the descriptive and inferential statistics for each of them through statistical programming and analysis. In the last step, we will format these generated statistics, transpose the data structure, and combine them together to get the demographic table. Just to briefly go over the statistical techniques that we generally used in generating the descriptive and inferential statistics for both categorical and numeric variables. For categorical variables, we use proc summary to get the count and percentage. We use proc freq with exact or chi-square test to get a p-value for frequency test. For numeric variables, we obtain the descriptive statistics such as the number, mean, standard deviation, the minimum, median, and maximum by proc univariate. We use ANOVA test to get the comparison among different treatment groups by proc GLM, or most recently use the proc mixed. Now let's take a look at the TLF for demographic data that I made myself for the first time. Here is the dataset. Here is the dataset which contains the visit, gender, race, birth date, subject ID, the treatment group, height and unit, weight and unit, as well as the ITT and safety information. Here is the listing that I generated on the selected variables. And here is the figure on variable age between the two treatment groups. And this is the table with descriptive and inferential statistics for selected variables between the two treatment groups. The above is all that I want to share with you today. Thanks and have a great day.